Getting ready to rumble. Welcome to Jaw Jackers with Bob and TC on IntellectualRadio.com. Again, that's IntellectualRadio.com. You can also like us on Facebook under Jaw Jacking with Bob and TC. You can like it and share the page. We also encourage you to share the page on Intellectual Radio on Facebook. Share like that so you can see some of the other shows that Intellectual Radio has to offer. But actually, man, I got kind of stuck. I'm your host, B.O.B. Bob. Robert Orr, if you insist on being formal, my co-host is not here today. Unfortunately, his daughter had to graduate today at 5 o'clock. Unfortunately, at 5 o'clock today, she had to he wanted to send a message to make sure that everybody know that he really wanted to be here. But I want to say congratulations to TC and Treese for their beautiful daughter Deja, who was actually a guest on the show a few weeks ago. For Deja graduating, and she actually chose the College of Aurora to go to study criminal justice. So congratulations for that big day in the Wash household. That's what's up. And since TC's not here, I guess I'll do the from you to us. From you to us is actually what we encourage, the participation that we encourage on our Facebook page, where you can actually post whatever comments, suggestions, input that you have on the show, any conversation that we have going on, and we will read it live on air. So we always encourage that. We also encourage a segment called the Common Ground Challenge. That's where you will go out and meet somebody from a different background than you are, and you sit down, have these 5 questions, be as transparent as ever, and come back and share it with us, and we'll share whatever it is that you learned from those interactions. So without further ado, always have a guest with you. So I got a guest with me today. I'm giving a drum roll. From the south side of Chicago, a native, Ronald Coppage Sr. I swear, I sounded country saying your name. Exactly. Ronald Earl is a country name.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
That's another with the name Earl in it is country.
Yeah, Ronald Earl.
And all this Earl stuff is country, man.
I was actually named. My mother's friend had a son that went to Vietnam, and his name was Ronald Earl, and he died in Vietnam. And they were country people. I think they were from Mississippi,
really,
Memphis or something like that. So that's where I got my name from.
Well, my name is Robert Lee, so I'm excited when I'm excited when somebody.
Ain't that the pot calling the kettle black?
I'm excited for somebody else country. Just as because somebody used to tell me when I was in the military, it was like, man, you sound country. I was like, I ain't country. I'm from Chicago. What are you talking about? And I went to my family reunion. I started looking around. I was like, oh my God, all my people from Arkansas and Mississippi. I said, man, I am country, man.
Pretty country.
That's what's up, brother?
How you doing, my brother?
Good. How you doing, man? I'm glad you made it out, man.
I'm fantastic, man.
You're doing big things. I ain't even give you the proper type of intro I'm supposed to give you, man. Since I haven't seen you since I think 2008, 2007. Yeah. But now you an author,
a
mentor, inspirational speaker.
Yeah, man.
Man, that's I'm gonna tell you, man. That is an understatement.
Man.
First of all, let me get a number out. Telephone number 238-8953. Any calls, comments for Mr. Coppage, make sure you call in at 708-223-8953. But it is amazing to see where you standing where you are, man.
Man, it's a humbling experience. I tell you that. You understand, being what I thought I was going through, but with everything you grow through when you have a high power. With everything that I grew through, man, it's awesome. It's just awesome to be on a radio intellectual.
Oh yeah, that's Earl. That's all Earl Winfrey.
Come on, man, intellectual. Mm-hmm. Ron Coppage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
really, man. From the projects, from prison to prosperity, man. Mm-hmm. It's awesome. It's awesome, Rod.
About your book.
Come
on,
gonna play
with your book because I need the whole book.
Okay.
Because you can put it out in like a devotional form.
That's
first of all, what made you do it like that?
I got a graphic designer, man. His name is Rob. Grateful, man. He's my brother from another mother of another color. But this brother is awesome. His spirit is genuine. He's an honest man, full of integrity. Mm-hmm. And he kind of sort of guided me through it because me being you know, who I am, I thought I could just write a bunch of stuff on paper and just present it to a publishing company. That's not how it goes. You understand? So they pointed me to Rob, and he showed me exactly how it goes, and he put it in their language. And it came out like this, man. And every step of the way, man, through prayer and meditation, I asked God to lead, guide me, and give me the courage to be obedient. You understand?
Okay.
So,
oh yeah, I mean, what's the name? The name of your book is
Somebody Needs to Read This.
Somebody Needs to Read This.
Man,
I wanted to show y'all a copy of that book. Somebody Needs to Read This. I don't know if I got a clear view of it, but it's written out in a real easy. It's a daily devotional. If you can see, that's day 15. It's written out day to day, and it got a bunch of these little tidbits of knowledge that you can chew on day to day. It's very, I must say, it's very spiritually driven.
It is. Man, a transformation has taken place in my life, man, and it wasn't because of my intellect or my knowledge, man. It's because some awesome power somewhere, man, show me favor, bro. Touch me. You understand? So, man, I got you in the hollows of my hands. You understand? So everything that you were growing through, I'm gonna take you to where you're going to. You understand? And so, but that, man, I'm just humbled, man. I got a lot of brothers that didn't make it, man. Yeah. You understand? A lot of street brothers that didn't make it. A lot of biological brothers that didn't make it. You understand? And sort of like, man, it was just awesome, bro.
Let's say this. Let's go. I'm gonna go with about the author real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna go so I guess the audience can get a feel for what you're talking about.
Absolutely.
Ronald Coppage Sr. is a native of South Side of Chicago, where he grew up in a gang and drug-infested community. Overdoses, gunshots, murder were just a part of everyday life. Ron Coppage lost his first friend to gun violence at the tender age of 13.
Yeah, man. Traumatic experience. That's actually what turned my life into a tsunami of bad choices, man. Me and my partners, man, was 5 of us. I'll brief you up on what transpired in 1982, man. Me and 5 of my partners went across the tracks and went to a park in a neighborhood because their park was better than the ones that was in the projects.
Right.
So we went over there, man, and we noticed a group of young guys about our age, 12, 13, things of that nature. But we didn't know that the tracks were a divide line.
Gotcha.
From different organizations. You understand? A grown man called these children in his house. You understand? And they came back out and they started walking towards our direction. And we like, we kind of, looked up like, well, hold on, something's going on. And we seen one of them pass the other one something shiny. So we thought it was a knife. We like, they got a knife. So like, wow, we scared. But little did we know, man, this grown man had called these little kids in the house, man, and gave them a 357 Magnum. You understand? This was in 1982, bro. And so when we realized what it was, we all panicked and started to run back across the tracks to where we came from. And the other young gentleman started to shoot. Bow, 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 boom. Man, it was like, sound like M80s or dynamite or something. So when the shooting was over, we turned around and seen everybody, and we was like, wow. We see my partner laying in the ground, man, looked like he was diving away from the bullet. You understand? We like, man, we weaving through these bullets, and Eric dived. He was smart enough to dive. And we start walking back towards him saying, get up, get up. But little did we know he didn't dive, because when we walked up to him, man, he had a hole in his head the size of my fist. We all seen this. You understand? So due to our unattended trauma, man, because the police put more emphasis on finding the murderer than they did our trauma. So we didn't get no psychiatrist, no psychologist, no therapist. So we bottled up all of what we just seen, and not knowing that we'll never see our friend again. So they would show us pictures of his autopsy saying, is this your friend? But we're like, no, he don't look like him, because by then his head, it got swollen, and his body cut him, and they showed this string, and this just further drew just angered us.
Yeah.
So in all actuality, man, we were scared.
Mm-hmm.
But the scaredness, Rob, man, built up a coarseness. We didn't want nobody else to do this to us. So we all got pretty tough, man.
Mm-hmm.
And we made a bunch of bad decisions.
Mm-hmm.
When you make a bunch of bad decisions, it come a conglomerate of consequences.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
From the age of 13 to now, man, 3 of the people that witnessed that are dead to their unattended trauma, died victims of the unattended trauma. My other buddy that's still living is institutionalized. He can't stay out.
How many of y'all was out there?
There was 5 of us.
So 3 of them are dead.
3 dead. The one that died, the other 2 that seen it, they died. My partner that's institutionalized, and I'm 5. Grace and mercy is all it was. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in IYC facilities. If you don't know what that means, that's Illinois Youth Centers. You might call it St. Charles, but see, it was a little bit progressive. So they sent me to a place for maximum security use, and that's in 2848 West McDonald Road. I would never forget it. It's IYC Joliet.
Mm-hmm.
I went down there with a 6-month sentence. I ended up doing 6 years. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
With no therapy, just trying to bottle in these secrets. So you only seek as your secrets. But then I started to read and stuff. You know,
you was the youngest of 16 children, right?
16, bro. Man, 16, man. I was born into a union.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I was the youngest man and got some great teaching from all of them. And some great beatings from all of them too.
Mm-hmm.
They all picked on me.
You were saying, it just made me think of it because you were saying you had to go into these homes.
Yeah, I was
like
the
I was
youngest,
trying to figure
man.
out how did that occur? Like how did that occur that you have to go into these homes? But you was from family, so I know probably was different mothers.
It was different. It was 2 different mothers, man. It was a different environment, man. What I witnessed wasn't back then. It's kind of common right now. You understand? Even though it's uncommon, but it's kind of common. It's traumatizing all the kids now, and I'll get to that when we get to that a little later. But this was 1982, and this was uncommon behavior, and it happened, and it traumatized me. So I was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder at the age of 13. You understand? With no one in school
Really?
or no adult saying, "Hey, man, you need some therapy. You need to talk to somebody." You understand? And didn't talk to nobody. And the ones that I wanted to talk to was the other friends that witnessed it, man.
Yeah, and
they were screwed up themselves. So we were trying to come up with these altered egos, these super egos,
right.
And we ended up being, what society called bad boys. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But we were hurt boys, painting over the rotten wood because we were scared boys. You understand?
Yeah.
All right. So
I want to shift gears. I want to get into your book a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I know more of that type of expression is going to come out from some of these.
Absolutely.
Some of these questions I highlighted, or some of these thoughts that I saw in the book that I highlighted. Like I said, I didn't read the whole book, but I think I read enough to get a sort of a gist of where you were going with things.
Yeah.
First one comes from day one. I don't know if you want to flip with me.
Man, that's rest, relaxation, and rejuvenation. I wrote the book.
That's what I'm talking about, brother. Day one. It was, are you being a service to others instead of being a service to yourself? Are you being, that's a question that you pose.
Absolutely.
Would you elaborate?
Well, the question is, man, are you doing for others more than what you're doing for self? Because see, that don't make you a genuine person. It actually makes you a liar. You understand? Because what you're doing is serving someone, and you're not depositing into yourself. You cannot give away what you ain't got, bro.
That's true.
You understand? So I can't say I love you, and I don't love me. You understand? I can't go out and wash your car, and my car dirty. You know? It's just that you cannot be servant to someone else and not be servant to you, to not serve yourself. You can't. You understand? Life just doesn't work that way. Now, life is about giving. Give and you shall receive. Absolutely. But you know what I meant with that was, you can't anything for anyone else more than what you're doing for yourself. And that doesn't make you selfish. What that makes you is that you're more rooted in what to do and how to treat them, because you know how to treat you. You can't love no one and you don't love you, man. You really don't even know the meaning of love. That's like that's distorted love. That's some kind of lust or something that looks just like love, but it doesn't have all the components of love, because love don't hurt, man. Love is unconditional. It's not codependency. No, codependency looks just like love.
Let me grab this call. I'm gonna grab this call real quick. Caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
Yes, my name is Eric Gillard, but Ronnie would know me as Bose from the hood. I knew Ronnie before Ronnie knew himself.
How you doing, my brother?
Good. How you doing, man?
How you doing, my brother? I'm proud of you, bro.
That's what's
Hey, thank you, man. It's
I'm proud of everything you're doing. I know your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister looking down on you with nothing but smiles because you have done a 360.
Thank you,
I've told you time and time again, I'm proud of everything you're doing. But if I don't get my book, I'm coming looking for you.
Hey, I got you, bro. You can go, hey, you can go to weebepublishing.com, but sometimes I'm in the old neighborhood and I give them away as well as t-shirts just to give back to the community. And I'm gonna start posting the dates that I go back, and but if you don't get a chance to see me, it's weebepublishing.com. That's WEBE publishing.com. And the Weebe stands for Wisdom and Encouragement, benefits everybody, man. I want to tell you this. It's you older brothers, man, that when you guys call back and y'all say, "Look, Ronnie, man, I'm so proud of you, man." That's what fuels me, man. That's what motivates me. That's what lets me know that I'm on the right track. You understand? And I thank you for that, my brother.
Yes, sir. And you know that if it wasn't for my mom and dad, your mom and dad wouldn't get running around making little Ronnie and little Jimmy either.
Absolutely,
I'm
man.
old truth, but I know.
Yes.
Look here, when you get a chance, give me a holler. You got my cell phone number, and I'm proud of you, brother. Keep on doing what you're doing.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, thanks for the call, brother. Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to day 2. When we gonna go on break, Earl? So I know before. Huh? We're gonna take a break right now, and we'll finish the conversation on the other side of the break. Actually, we're gonna go through a top 10 list on after the break. Okay. Man, well, that's good.
Yeah, man.
Welcome back to Jaw Jacking with Bob and TC on IntellectualRadio.com. Again, that's Jaw Jacking with Bob and TC on IntellectualRadio.com. The telephone number is 708-223-8953. 708-223-8953. Very quickly, we're going to go over a top 10, 11 list. Top 10, 11 list. I went to this entrepreneur expo on Saturday with supporting Intellectual Radio sponsoring, and it had me go and do some research that had me curious to know what type of other careers or what type of other hustles that were out there, that people may not have thought about. So I looked up this list and came up with this list that would surprise some people. So it's offbeat occupations that pay surprisingly well. Number one is a hot dog vendor. Hot dog vendors make between $30,000 and $100,000 a year.
Hot diggity dog.
That's something that I would have never guessed.
Wow.
A hot dog vendor makes between $30,000 a year and $100,000 a year. Number two, a personal shopper. Personal shoppers make between $25,000 and $100,000 a year. Personal shoppers go out and pretty much shop for the wealthy. So they probably, one day you probably gonna need a personal shopper. So I'm your guy, right? I'm your guy. Huh?
I just need some link.
I just want to go get your shoes, man.
Hey, that's nice.
$75,000 a year to go get your shoes, man.
That must be nice.
A pet food taster, average $40,000 per year. Now I don't know if I would actually go. I mean, if I get bad enough, I guess I would go test pet food taster.
Are you trying to tell me
$40,000 a year?
Aldo. Wow.
40. That's pretty solid, man. That's like,
wouldn't even thought of this.
How about this one? A golf ball diver, up to $100,000 per year.
Man, if you get Tiger Woods balls out the water, yes.
Psychic. A psychic. Right up on a psychic. A psychic makes on average $41,000 a year. I mean, these little careers they pay some bills though. I mean, I'm just saying they keep you from poverty. It just caught me off guard. Airplane repo man. He makes between $10,000 and $90,000 per plane.
Repoing.
So because planes, they get put on credit.
Wow. So
if you don't pay your bill, somebody got to come get it. So a brother like me will show up with some chapped lips and a ball cap on, come to get the plane.
And repo your plane.
Repo your
Put
plane.
a boot on your plane.
Straight up, come get it, baby.
Wow.
Live mannequins. So you got people that's modeling as live mannequins. They make $100 per hour. I mean, that's gonna make me get in somebody's window, man. $100 an hour. I think I might just model right here outside the Intellectual Radio window. Hey, a furniture tester. Make $31,000 a year just for laying around telling you how this couch feel or how this feel. Here go one that I think y'all are like. A professional snuggler. They make $60 per hour.
A professional
snuggler. I think I'm gonna go in there. I don't know how I'm gonna explain that career to my lady though. I think I'm gonna go. I think that one intrigues me.
Right. You know what? I'm gonna go to work.
I'm talking about I'm gonna be up all day and I'm gonna go to work sleep. Here's one for Bruce Jenner. A sex toy tester.
What? Hold on.
They make $39,000 a year.
A sex
toy tester.
Wow.
That's when I would not do that one. Sex anyway, that would caught me off guard. I said 39,000. Anyway, ethical hacker makes $92,000 per year. Those are people who are actually paid to go hack, legally hack, some security clearance to get some security clearances, but it's legally, so that's a pretty good salary though. Body part model. They make between $20 and $1,000 per photo shoot. I just thought those was interesting since we went to this expo, and we meet you on the other side of the break to finish the interview with Mr. Ronald Coppage Sr.
You're not gonna want to miss it.
Yeah. On the other side of the break. Well, welcome back to Jaw Jacking with Bob and TC on Intellectual Radio, radio.com. I am here with my special guest, Ronald Coppage Sr. Thank you for coming. Hey, during the break, we was talking.
Yeah.
And you brought up some interesting people who have purchased your book. Yes. And I just wanted to know, what was the names of those people who purchased Somebody Needs to Read This?
You'd be amazed on the people that's obtaining a copy from this GED recipient here. Right. Father Flager has a copy. Everybody knows that brother. Danny Davis, Dorothy Brown. I was just at a dinner with Reverend Jesse Jackson. Barack's best friend has one.
Who's Barack's best friend?
Google him. He's the first friend.
That's his
he's
name.
A friend of the friend. No, he's a friend of the family. His name is Marty. You understand? Yeah, he has a copy of the book.
You said like we supposed to know.
No. He's an awesome guy. He's a real awesome guy. He's a dear friend of the family, man, and he just got a copy last week. I just gave him a copy. Want to just overlook it. Tell me what he thinks about it, man.
That's pretty.
It's just an awesome experience that I get a chance to rub shoulders with these people and get a chance to introduce the book and what the book's about, and they're interested enough to get a signed copy from me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good network.
Man, come on, man. It's awesome. It really is. It's an awesome experience.
Mm-hmm. I want to get back into a few of your questions. I'm gonna see. I've seen a few days that I liked. Okay. Does it make any sense? This is day 2. Okay. Does it make any sense for all to keep washing your car that has no motor in it? Does it make sense at all to keep washing your car that has no motor in it? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by the concept of where you're going?
What I meant by that is people are so conditioned with worrying about externals more so than internals. You understand what's happening in the inside, in the core of your being. I had to ask my higher power for the courage to go on the inside, snatch these things up from the root, man. I'm talking about the toxicity that was lying dormant inside of me. You understand? Opposed to buying the true religion or getting the Jordans or the polo with the Marc Jacobs cologne. See, to me, you painting over rotten wood. You a dressed up garbage can because you've done nothing internally. You understand? So what's in you is going to eventually come out of you, regardless of what kind of costume you put over it. You understand? So if I squeeze an orange juice is going to come out of it. If I squeeze a grapefruit, regardless of how I squeeze it, grapefruit juice is going to come out of this. So regardless of what you put on and what you look like, once life put the squeeze on you, what's in you is going to come out of you. The anger, the bitterness, the resentment, the jealousy, the hatred, the ignorance. You have to snatch those things up from the root, man. And that's what my higher power allowed me to do, was face it to fix it. Because if you never face it, you'll never fix it. You in denial. Denial is just not a river in Africa, brother. You understand? So that's what I was talking about. You worrying about cleaning the outside of your car and your motor's locked up, bro.
No motor.
Come on, man. Right. So that's what I meant by that.
Sometimes our ego, this is from day 4. Sometimes our ego and self-centeredness gets mixed up with what our spirit needs. The ego wants to be liked and accepted by others.
Well, that's what everybody's doing. You understand? This is the conditioned self. You understand? Whatever you're going through or growing through in your life, what life has dished out to you, the traumatic, the unattended trauma, things of that nature. What you do is you build up a facade. This facade is your ego. You understand? So you want to be tough wherever you go because you don't want no one to see the softness inside of you. You understand? You're scared to show that softness because you've been conditioned, and if you show your soft side, you get taken advantage of. You understand? So everybody, that's why Tyrone Smith, when he go to the joint, he come back and he get himself a 9, he turn into T-Bone. You understand? But he's still Tyrone Smith. You understand? So That's what it is. The spirit needs truth, compassion, love. That's what the spirit needs, the word of God, whomever you choose to call that God. You understand? I choose to call mine Jehovah Jireh, Lord, my provider. You understand? But you have to deposit into your spirit, my brother. Because if you don't deposit anything, like you go to the ATM, if you don't put no money in, you get no money out. So if you don't deposit anything into your spirit, because afflictions are going to come, people are going to leave your life that you knew in your life. Things are going to happen. They call that afflictions. They're going to come. So once they do come and you have nowhere to withdraw from, because you've deposited anything, you're going to draw from an empty well. And what you'll do, and I only know this by experience, what you will do is try to look for something to compensate that emptiness with, be it Remy, be it Loud, Ruthie, Molly, whatever you call it, whatever you want to call it. You understand? So now you're accustomed to painting over the rotten wood instead of dealing with the core issue.
Day 5.
Come on.
You solid, man.
Sock it to me.
I'm doing me.
Mm-hmm.
You say this is a phrase that sort of get people in trouble.
Man, that's I'm doing me is a relationship assassin. You understand? Woman you love. Y'all ain't got good communicative skills. And she finna storm out the door. And right before she leave out the door, she look back at you. I'ma do me. Well, this is a relationship. Ain't no you, ain't no me. It's an us, it's a we. You understand? So when you do that, what you're doing is you just lit the fuse to the annihilation of our relationship. Because if we're not used to dealing with afflictions, and our communicative skills are going in a rut, you understand? Things are only gonna fester from here. That's poison. You understand? So now, instead of us calming the storm because we can't communicate, what we do is we shoot fiery darts at each other. You gonna do me? Okay, wait till you get back. Okay, I'm gone. And she hits you on the phone and you don't answer. She hits you again and you don't answer. She hits you again and you text her back. I'm doing me. That's the beginning of the end, bro. You can't say that. That has no significance to love. Can't tell nobody I'm finna do me. Not when we trying to work on a we and try to get through life and be Team Bob. You understand? Or Team whatever her name is. Baby, we trying to get this together. See, the one and the only thing that all of us have in common, and we just don't realize it yet, is suffering. We all go through a form of suffering.
Day 6. It's heavy stuff, Ronnie.
Come on, man.
Heavy stuff.
Come on, man.
Day 6. If your day is going bad, how do you treat your family or the people that's in your household when your day going bad?
You have to, what I do, man, because I get fiery darts all the time, man. I get fiery darts all the time. And I was accustomed of working from an anger perspective. But then I got to studying some people and sitting down with some powerhouse people and really sitting in on some seminars and reading a word, some self-help, and things started to deposit into me, man. What you really can't. You really can't.
Well, let me jump in there real quick. I just want to jump in there real quick to say this. This one actually touched me when I read that one.
Go ahead.
Because I've experienced it. I've experienced being in a relationship where they gave the best of what they were to their job, and when they came home, we got the second. We got the sloppy seconds. And I thought that was completely backwards to me, or for anybody, or anybody who does that. You go out to the world and you go to work and you put everything you got, and you have a bad day, and you come home and I don't feel like being bothered. Now that means your family gets the second best of you completely. They get nowhere near the first. So it's like, that's something I actually experienced that I actually, that's why it touched me when I read that. I said, wow, that's real.
You know what? I I'm a spiritual person more so than a religious person, man. And it's a place in what I read. And his guys woke him up. His disciples woke him up because the boat was, it was riding on waves and stuff like that, man. He was spooked, but my man was asleep. They woke him up like, man, this dude's gonna die. And he's like, no, man, why y'all waking me up? And he got up and he told the storm, man, peace be still. You understand? The waves calm down, things of that nature, man. We don't understand our authority, man. You understand? Your words become flesh. When they come out your mouth, man, they don't disintegrate into the atmosphere. They go forth, man. And when you're going through something, you command that storm. You say, hey, peace be still. And when you say peace be still, what you want to do is go into a state of meditation. You understand? And stop feeding what it is you feeding, because what you're feeding is the monster, and anything that you feed is going to get bigger. So if you cease to feed, it's going to die from starvation. Now start to feed something that feeds the spiritual you, which is a state of gratitude. Return your mind back to the things to be grateful for, to be thankful for, and it'll take you away. It's sort of like a liberation from that toxicity. That's just what I do, because you can make matters worse if you react to a toxic thought, because your emotions are the slave to your thoughts, and your actions are the slave to your emotions. What you think is how you feel is how you act. So if you thought angered, you're gonna feel angry, you're gonna act from an angered perspective.
Somebody needs to read this.
Somebody better.
Somebody needs to read
this, man. Somebody needs to read this.
Where can they find this book?
You can go to webepublishing.com, webepublishing.com. Order you a copy or copies. If you don't need the inspiration, give it to someone that does. I have very limited copies left, man. I have to order some more. God be the glory, man. Haven't even gotten to the stores yet. It's just been sold off social media, word of mouth, and a brother like yourself with a platform like this giving me an opportunity to put a plug, man. So I thank you for that, man, because this is spiritual nutrients for people. And when they see me, they be like, man, is that who that? Absolutely. That's him. Yeah. There is a God. Absolutely. He's real.
Well, I see this hat. You got this UAW hat on, so Chicago UAW.
Yeah.
I was kind of, we had this conversation. We was kind of conflicted on, we just had some other, Kenya Townsend running for president.
Yeah.
About a few weeks ago. I know a lot of people are for it. But I know a lot of people that's doing positive things for it. And I was conflicted, because you're running for chairperson. So ain't no sense of us fronting with it. Ronald Earl Coppage Jr. is running for chairperson of Local 551.
Absolutely.
So I had to fight within myself not to get involved with your politics, not to allow my format to be used in a political fight. But man, you reconnected before I even knew you was running for chairperson. I'm okay with that, even because that's a benefit to you that you are running for chairperson. Now, I got to put the gloves on a little bit.
Come on.
Let's have a conversation.
Come on.
Okay. Now, one of the guys you're running against, y'all have similar stories or similar backgrounds. And y'all both sort of profess what you call allegiance to God, in that regard. So everybody feels as if God is calling them right now to do this. Would it be fair to say, though, if one of y'all lost, then somebody need to reevaluate their relationship with God, or how would you describe that?
No. See, God is love, man. You understand? So where God exists, it can't no anger, no bitterness, or no resentment exist. If any of that exists, God is not present. He's too holy to dwell there. So there's no bitterness, no grievance, no jealousy or anything of that nature. That's not why I'm running for chairman. I know exactly what you're talking about, man. And I say it over the radio station, and I'll say it to everybody that asks me. I got love for Kobe. You understand? But my last name is Coppage. I'm third generation Ford Motor Company. My DNA is UAW. My blood type is 551. Due to my father, the late great Jerome Coppage. You understand? So not only do I feel it's my duty, I feel it's my destiny. You understand? And this has absolutely nothing to do with Kobe Millen III. You know, I just believe that I have arrived. And when I say I've arrived, I mean I have arrived to my consciousness. I have arrived to my authority. You understand? I know that that I have a power and that's inside of me. That's hands down the greatest thing that made the earth. You understand? And I'm not taking no spirituality from anybody, and I'm not trying to come test anyone's spirituality in no way, form, or fashion. I can't hate that, brother. See, here's the illusion of the demonic force of hatred. Just because someone does something and I don't feel it's right, and I got what you call justified hatred, doesn't diminish hatred. It increases hatred. Whom I serve and whom I'm a practitioner of the discipline of, no hate existed. I cannot call myself a practitioner of the disciplines of Jesus Christ and hate anyone. But if someone feels that this is coming and rooted from a place of hatred, that's their perception. And people are entitled to their perception. But I know this, another word for perception is illusion.
I guess part of the question, the reason why the question was asked is because is it possible to separate what you would call your religion from politics? Is it possible to separate the two? Because what if everybody who's, you know, some people, your religious affiliation is going to appeal to some people, but then some people, it may be too much, or, you know, it may be too much for some people.
Okay.
So is it possible to separate the two?
Well, if I had to separate the two, man, I'm gonna ride with God. You understand? But I'm gonna tell you that. But see, I'm an advocate of the truth, man. You know, I'm an advocate of the truth, and the truth does sometimes ruffle waters, and the truth does sometimes challenge conformity and complacency. You understand? So I know that. Whom I'm a practitioner of 2,000 years ago, man, they crucified him because he told the truth. Why? Because they was comfortable in their self-centeredness and selfishness. You understand? All I want to do is just return the power to the people of the membership where the power belongs. That way we become powerful. And I'm only stating truth, man. I will not speak any slanderous image to anyone. The truth is what the truth is. You understand? And it's just an infection in that plant. And it's an infection in my community and our community. And all I want to do is just be somewhat of the antibiotic, brother. You understand? So conformity, complacency, people that's comfortable where they're at, the truth will absolutely bother them. You know why? They'd be like, here come the truth.
Would it be fair to say that some people feel as though you may be jumping into that position sooner than you're ready?
You know what? Would it be fair to say that David jumped in the position before he was ready? But is Goliath with us anymore? Absolutely not. Would it be safe to say that people that don't know their authority will say you need to start off at the bottom? My brother, didn't I tell you I started off at the bottom? I lost my friend at the age of 13. So what do you mean start off at the bottom? No. You see, because I know this for a fact, and I heard this somewhere, and it's just spoke profoundly to me. It says sometimes God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the call.
It's pretty heavy, man. You remind me of my memory of Paul, like when Paul first got blinded, and you know he was first. His name was Saul at first.
Yeah.
He was crucifying.
Oh,
everybody was just tearing up Christians, you know.
Yeah.
And then when God called to use him, he sent them right back.
Yeah.
Right back to the people that he was crucifying. He had to convince them that he was different.
That he was transformed.
That he was transformed. He had to convince them that he was transformed. It seemed like there's some similarities to your walk in that regard, knowing, you know, based off of you expressing the source of what happened to you.
Mm-hmm.
Then in adulthood, a lot of associates witness, you know, where you were.
Mm-hmm.
And where you are now is extraordinarily, I mean, it's from the last time I saw you to now, it's extraordinary transformation. And I feel honored that you made time out to come and bless the mic with on my format to give this story, because I totally believe in transformation. I'm not a politician, you know, and I had to remind myself of that, you know, and the way we were talking about you coming on as a guest right at political season. I had to remind myself, and I got to look at the camera and said, I am not a politician.
Absolutely.
That's a part of the reason why I left that
and we
establishment.
when we met each other, I was talking about, I was writing a book.
Okay.
And I was working for a non-profit organization where I was doing service work for ex-offenders, gangbangers, drug addicts, alcoholics. Right? Absolutely. You understand? So I was an engagement specialist for them at the time. And I took it quite personal that I was an engagement specialist, because I found myself communicating with any and everybody. You understand? On my way to work, from my way to work, in the store, in the post office, wherever I was at. I took it personal that I was an engagement specialist. You understand? And it's just awesome that I really don't even have to talk about the transformation. My high power is so awesome, man. I can go somewhere and someone can see me and they'll look at me 3 times. You weeby? Yeah, weeby. Wisdom and encouragement benefits everybody, weeby though. I'm the physical manifestation of a transformation can take place, brother, through your obedience to a power much greater than yourself. But see, where we fall short at, we always jump in the way. See, I had to realize that the enemy was really in me. You understand? So once I got rid of the ego, you understand, and got emptied of self, he could pour into me more. But you have to first be empty of self. It's even biblical. It says die to self. And I'm saying, man, what is he talking about? Die to selfishness. You understand? Die to self, flesh. So the spirit can live, man. And that's when you'll get to enjoying life. Because see, I've never lived life. I've had a lot of money. I did some things, made me a lot of money. But I wasn't living life. I was existing in life. But see, now I'm living life, man. Living life requires your participation, and I'm participating. With the fitness of a warrior, bro.
We was talking about the word death. You brought up the word death. When I came and picked the book up from you, and you, I want you to describe that death. You said not to fear death.
No, you don't fear death. That's a trick of the adversary. Cause see, can't nothing really. The spirit, I said it this way, man. Spirit has never been born. Death has never touched the spirit. You understand? When you come in here, you conform to this earthen way of thinking. So they inject your mind with fear via the media and stuff like that. So you think that death is final. No, death is teacher. Death is here to teach you. And someone might say, well, teach you what? Ronnie, what is death here to teach you? Well, death is here to teach you how to enjoy life and how to embrace life, because one day it's going to come to an end. Your physical death is your body is going to have to go back to the dirt from which it came, but your spirit goes somewhere for eternity, brother. Those choices is yours.
Right. Death is a solution for some tyrants around this world.
You understand? Yeah. Absolutely. But death, everything that passed by you, man, even the bird, or the bees, or the flowers, or the trees, or whatever person that you come in contact with or have a relationship with, are here to teach you something.
One last question. Tell Local 551, what is Ronald Earl Coppage Sr. bringing to the leadership position of chairperson?
Man, listen, get your pens and your paper ready, man. I've been doing a lot of research and a lot of work, man. What I'm going to bring is some integrity, some dignity, some honesty. And this will transpire in phases. People say, Coppage, you're not campaigning. No. It's not a campaign, because see, a campaign is attached to someone or some group. What's needed in that plant and in our community is an atmospheric shift. And in order for that atmospheric shift to take place, it's going to be a movement. What's the movement? Glad you asked. This is phase 1. Real people heal people, one member at a time. That's the first phase. The second phase, I give it to you here, and I ain't even put it out in no literature, but I'm gonna give it to you on Intellectual Talk Radio with my man Bob. The second phase is Operation Weed and Seed. We will pull up the toxic weeds and we will plant positive seeds. Do you understand? We will face this. We will fix this. I will do it with the same tenacity as my father, Jerome H. Coppage, did. Guarantee.
That's what's up, man. I really appreciate you coming.
I appreciate you, bro.
You as always. Tell them one more time where they can get your book at. Somebody needs to read this. Tell them where they can get your book. Somebody 30-day devotional.
Yes, it is.
30-day devotional. Don't just read it all in one day. Dissect it. You really can get a lot of wisdom from this book.
Absolutely.
I'm on day 15 myself because I just got it 2 days ago. So they tell you the pace I've been rolling with it. So.
Check it out. This is a book. It's already a second one in the making called Somebody Need to Read This Too, but we're talking about Somebody Needs to Read This. You can go to WEBE publishing.com, purchase you a copy, $8. It'll be signed, sealed, and delivered to you within a week. Inside this book is spiritual nutrients, seedlings of a sort. Everyone's telling me, Coppage, that the book is so awesome, man. I read the book straight through. But see, that's what you don't want to do, because in this book is seedlings, like I say. You don't want to take a handful of seeds and throw them in your garden. What you want to do is read it one day at a time. Let that one seed, let your spirit nurture off that one seed. Then move on to the next seed. The book is awesome. I'm not saying that because it needs your $8. This is just my contribution, giving back to the community and trying to become somewhat of the antibiotic to fix this infection, to kill this infection that plagues our workforce and community, man. Love you. May God continue to keep you in the hollows of his hands. And as always, deuces.
My man, Ronald Coppage. Thanks for listening to Jaw Jacking with Bob and TC on IntellectualRadio.com. I will see you next week. Be blessed. Peace.